All right, my future millionaires, you are now ready to create your brand new badass CEO identity. Now that you understood the basics of manifestation and how everything is energetic and how this all correlates to your money, your finances, your income, your abundance, we are now going to work on shifting your identity into the new. Identity framework is the foundation of manifestation. We can call this self-concept work. If you've ever read the book Psycho-Cybernetics, you're very familiar with self-concept and self-image and business. It's so important because you can never outwork a shitty mindset. So whatever you see yourself to be in your mind is how your reality manifests for you. So even if you're a really hard worker, if you don't feel worthy of success, if you don't feel worthy of receiving abundance, you're simply just going to always be a hard worker who can't get ahead. So this is why so many people fail at business, because their identification has not shifted. Their energy in the quantum field has not transformed. Because in the quantum, no one sees you for your face or your body or your cool clothes. That doesn't exist. It's just you and your identification and your energy. So remember that emotional scale that we went over is really crucial to know, because how you see yourself in your mind and how you feel about yourself emotionally and energetically is how the quantum field responds to you. So everything is manifesting in response to who you are being in your identity, in your self-concept. If you've ever read the book Psycho-Cybernetics, you understand self-concept work. If you've ever read Neville Goddard's books, you understand self-concept work. So if my identity shifts, then the quantum will mirror back to me a response of the shift in my identity. So if I begin to identify myself as wealthy, as worthy, as abundant, then my reality will mirror that back to me, because the physical reality is kind of like a hologram. If I'm the center of my universe in the quantum and everything is just responding to me and playing off of my own belief system, I need to shift myself. I need to become the change that I wish to experience in my reality. So there are 2 worksheets below that you guys are going to start filling out. The first process is the brain dump exercise. So in the brain dump exercise, you're going to start identifying where you currently stand as a business owner, or how you currently identify yourself in relation to money. So there's going to be a couple questions in there, like, how do you feel about money? How do you feel about checking your bank account? How do you feel about if you feel worthy of receiving abundance? If you feel like it's very hard to come by, right? If you feel like you have to work extremely hard to manifest X, Y, and Z into your reality. So you're going to do that brain dump exercise to see where you currently stand energetically in the quantum, so that we know exactly what we need to work on to transform your current identity into the new CEO identity. So once you're done with the brain dump exercise and you filled it out, you're going to then create your brand new avatar. This is so exciting because it's kind of like creating your new video game character. If you ever played a video game, you know there's like endless characters that you can pick on the screen on who you want to play as. Your reality is actually operating in the same manner, okay? So if we are going to pick a brand new identity for you, it's like selecting a new video game character to occupy this physical 3D plane. That new identity or that new video game character has a set of skill sets, a set of beliefs, a set of behavioral patterns that creates the new reality for them. So you're no longer going to be operating from the lack mindset identity that I can't have it all, I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough, I'm too scared, I'm too shy, I failed at everything, it's too hard. You're gonna leave that identity completely behind. We don't know her, we don't know him, we're not using them anymore. Okay, so the new version of you that you're going to start tapping into, there are certain questions that you're going to want to fill out in that avatar worksheet. So let's say you are now living in that 7-figure lifestyle. How do you see your reality? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel checking your bank statement? How do you feel about your clients rolling in? How do you feel about how you look? How do you communicate with other people? How do you talk to yourself in your mind? How do you feel emotionally? So you're going to get very clear on these answers so that we can create the ideal identity for you moving forward. And this is different for everyone. There's no right or wrong answer to creating the new identity. It's what you feel that you want to create. So like, what is that badass version of yourself? Well, what are they doing? How do they wake up and feel in the morning? What are they saying to themselves when they're working in their business? How do they feel about it? Do they feel aligned? Do they feel passionate? Do they feel excited? Because that's what's going to transfer energetically into being magnetic for your client. Nobody wants to work with a person who feels lousy about themselves. Nobody wants to work with a person who doesn't believe in themselves. Nobody wants to work with a person who feels unworthy of receiving. It's repelling. Like, that's the identity that repels people. So that's the part of you that we're going to start to transform. And you really want to start tapping into the mindset of being the new authority figure. So if you're the new authority figure in real estate, in doing lashes or nails, if you're going to be the new authority figure in fashion, if you're going to be the new authority figure in health and fitness and hormonal balancing, there's so many different things that you might want to start doing, but you want to see yourself as the authority figure in that specific niche. So if you were, for example, a realtor and you were the industry leader of your city, you were like one of the top performers, how would you talk to yourself? How would you see yourself? You would dress for the part. You would speak the part. You would get ready for the part like you are that new video game character, that new avatar. You would never speak down ever about yourself, about your business, about your reality, about the market, because it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you believe you are going to be an industry leader, you will be. It doesn't matter how many other people are doing it. It doesn't matter how many other people are successful. It doesn't matter how many people have failed in that specific niche. None of it matters because they're not you. The only difference, for example, between a realtor who fails and a realtor who excels and makes 7 figures in their industry is their set of beliefs. You could say that real estate is down. Interest rates are way too high. Nobody wants to buy from me. You could live in that mindset, in that video game character. Or you can completely transform and be like, there's endless buyers and endless sellers and they all want to work with me. They love me. They see my energy. They see me for my value. They know I got this shit in the bag. They know I could sell their home in 1 week. You have to start operating from the belief of being that industry leader. Stop seeing yourself as some type of a beginner. Stop identifying yourself as the underdog. No. You are a champion. You are a winner. I don't care if you just started this moment. It doesn't matter. You must view yourself in your mind as that industry leader. That needs to be part of your new avatar. So when this new video game character wakes up in the morning, what are they seeing? What are they saying? They're like, oh, I'm so ready for the day. I'm so ready for the new clients that are about to roll in. I'm so ready to conquer. This is gonna be the best day of my life. I'm so excited. I'm living in my alignment. I feel passionate. I have such an abundant reality. Everything is in abundance around me. I'm so appreciative. Wow, everyone loves me and I love them right back. It just feels so good. I love doing what I do. I love this market. I love this niche. I love who I am. I love being me. That is how the industry leader millionaire in your niche would wake up and view their reality. That is how they would speak. So they would no longer wake up and be like, another day. Let me check my email. Oh my God, no one signed up with me. I'm such a failure. I'm such a loser. I'm just gonna quit. My parents were right. I should just go back and work at 7-Eleven. No, bestie, that is not what you're gonna do. You're not gonna play victim mentality anymore. That version of us is gone, okay? We threw them away. They did not serve a purpose here. They gotta go. Be the authority figure consciously. The more you consciously shift yourself into him or her, the more you subconsciously become him or her, which will again shift the identity, which will on autopilot manifest the reality for you. You're not a loser, you're a fucking winner.